Okay, now you're gonna explain to me about Slenderman. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Where do you want me to start?
I want you to start with the damn 3 rules.
Okay.
Because he's stupid, right?
Just, you have to be quiet and just let me explain.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, my bad.
Okay. From what I've gathered...
Don't look in the camera.
From what I've gathered, Slenderman has been around since medieval times and, ancient Egypt even. But the time he showed up the most was in Germany in medieval times. There was a famous woodcutter, whatever the term was, but he made, woodcuts.
Like a sculptor?
No, woodcuts. Kind of like when you would, like a raised, you'd cut it into the wood and then it's like a picture. Just look up Slenderman documentary.
That's so not going to happen. Okay.
Fine, okay. But anyways,
documentary. Go ahead.
He was a famous woodcutter, and one of the woodcuts shows a skeletal-like figure that has multiple limbs and is thrusting one of his limbs through a knight or something, some guy in armor.
Okay, but anyway, moving along to the 3 rules and the dude that's been sitting on his roof for months.
No, he hasn't been sitting on his roof for months. It's just when he was running away from him at one point, he was being chased. He got onto his roof. I think that's the guy that goes by the name M. Anyways, he was being chased by the Slenderman, and they ran into the woods, and it was either his brother or some guy he was.
He didn't hit his head like on a branch or something, being how he's 9 feet tall and all.
Just let me tell you. And then at one point, the guy was just picked up and was, not thrown, but, he was flying, not flying, but, as if something picked him up and was running with him through the woods, like carrying him.
M?
No, not M, carrying him, the guy that M was with.
Oh.
M saw this, and he was running after him, and then at one point he just lost sight. And then he came across him, but parts of him. He was ripped apart.
Lovely. So what are the rules then? Stay high.
I have to explain Slenderman to you first.
Oh, god damn. Okay.
He's about like 6'8", 9 feet tall, ranges from there, extremely thin. That's why they call him Slenderman, of course. And apparently anything electronic, like people that have tried to capture him on video or anything, the video starts to, just mess up and the sound starts to get distorted.
He doesn't just like outright kill them?
No, he stalks them.
How many people is he stalking?
Thousands,
he can't stalk
millions,
one at a time?
Know.
He's God.
What
God is stalking us.
There are theories about him. If you want to actually...
What I'm saying is that if it's one entity, how does he stalk thousands of people all at the same time?
That's where people have come up with the theories that there's probably multiple Slendermen. They just...
I'm sorry, go ahead. Okay, stay high. Got it. Stay high.
That's the first rule. Stay high. Because apparently when you're above... Shut up. Not like weed. Apparently when you're above his height, he just can't comprehend that you are human anymore because all,
So he only preys on humans?
Yes.
Okay.
He's been stalking...
So I'm safe then.
What? So apparently anyone that gets above him, he doesn't think they're human. He can't comprehend that a human can get above him.
Okay.
Because, humans are all short.
Okay, I got the first rule. Stay high.
Stay high. Keep moving. You have to... Once you see him, you need to move again. Because when you're on the move, he can't...
So this dude has been, like, moving, like, houses? Cities?
Cities anywhere. Right now, the last time I heard about where he was Chicago, and then he was in New York. And he sleeps on roofs occasionally, but he... Just shut up. He's constant... You have to take this seriously.
I'm absolutely serious. Go ahead.
Anyways, the third rule is keep your eyes open. Because apparently that's one of the things that people have found is when you look directly at him. It's something about...
there's a Doctor Who episode that was like identical to this whole story.
Don't
blink. No, that's what the name of the show was. Don't blink.
Okay, but hold on. So the whole theory about when you look at him, his powers are either slowed down or he can't directly come after you or something.
So you can sleep with like toothpicks, so you can keep your eyes open.
That reminds me of quantum physics. you know, when you get into the quantum level, it exists in, you know, all possibilities all at once until you look at it, because then it's being measured.
I understand.
Okay, all that. That's what it reminds me of, because when you look at him, he can't directly come after you at that moment. But when you look away, you know, then you'll be running, and the next thing you know, he's right in front of you, because he
Again, I say,
teleport.
don't blink.
Shut up. Anyways, there's the whole idea about being hollowed out. It's basically his willpower against yours. That's what I think of it as. His willpower against yours. And when your willpower starts to be breaking down, they have this thing of, you start getting what they call the sickness. You start getting fits, you know, coughing fits, and you just can't control it, and you start getting sick, and then one day you're fine. The next day you're sick as a dog. And you start getting loss of memory, blackouts, and then you'll black out, like, let's say if I blacked out here, I might wake up, I don't know, some other house or some other area, you know, on the side of the road or something. They think that he's moved you, or, you know, he's trying to get you to do things for him that he can't do, because apparently when you look at him, he can't come after you, so he goes to the people closest to you, or not even just closest to you, but in
So if your
area.
soul is filled with, say, God, like mine...
It has nothing to do with religion. Everyone tries to relate religion to it. It's not
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, you said if you're hollow on the inside...
No, not like that. That's just the term they used, hollowed out, because you start changing. You're not yourself anymore. And one of the signs is the sickness, of course.
And you're sure you want to watch that film?
It's 28 weeks later. I don't care about horror movies. This is real. This is here.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, see, the thing is, there's signs of being hollowed out. One, the first one, you're the only one that can notice it. It's blackouts. If you start losing memory, you know, losing your memory.
These things happening to you? Should I
No.
send you out?
No.
To go sleep, like, on the roof or something?
Shut up. The second one, other people notice. You disappear for hours or days or months at a time. Or, you know, even you just disappear for a few hours, and then you walk back to the house, or you just appear. And
Okay, do you know what this means in movie terms? It means wrap it up.
I know. The third one is, you start talking in cryptic things, like, he sees me is a lot of the things that people write. You know, he sees me, or, you know, following. You just, cryptic terms, like, you don't when someone reads it, they don't understand. But in their mind, there's theories that it's that person's mind trying to fight back, trying not to be, you know, they're trying not to lose their will, and end up being what I think of as a pawn. Other people think of, you know, they call them agents or something. And that's Slenderman, because he's limited in our reality. He can't do much.
So he's not from our dimension, he's from some other dimension.
People think that, but...
Either he was brought into consciousness by thousands of people looking him up on the internet, or...
I'm thinking about him constantly.
Or he's from
not
another...
of this existence, but...
Like from another...
realm
of being, yeah.
Which other people think something along the astral plane, which I've heard of and know is real. There's plenty of science.
Yeah, the astral plane exists.
And some people
astral
think,
projection, yada yada, blah
some
blah.
people think, I mean, this is a theory I come up with personally, is that not that he was brought into existence from all these thoughts, you know, we come coalescing together, but that you know, the fact that he's been noticed throughout history, I think that he exists on the astral plane, but just all these thoughts and, you know, everyone, you know, knowing about him, all these thoughts, our thoughts have frequencies, and, you know, all of our thoughts together kind of like, it's like, not exactly a beacon, but that's the only way I can describe it, kind of
no, that's actually pretty good.
Create a way for him to actually...
So we ourselves, using our minds, create a pathway for him to get to us.
Kind of like,
so we're a bunch of dumb fucks, that's what we're saying.
I think it's kind of like just the fact that our fear and our constantly thinking of him actually created a way for him to
and so now
temporarily come into our plane.
Of course, now you've got a catch-22, because you say don't think about him, and that makes you think about him.
I know. And so...
You never should have started
then there's the term infected.
Where did this come from?
I heard about it. I heard about a game called Slenderman, an indie game based on this story.
And then you looked up the story.
Yes, and then now I'm obsessed with it. And
obviously, yes.
Usually
clearly.
when this happens,
you have
eventually
less than 30 seconds to wrap this up.
A few weeks, a few months. It varies depending on this person, or, you know, whether it varies. Eventually you start seeing them. When you start seeing them, you need to start running.
I'm gonna put you in a mental institution if you start seeing him.
Because if you don't start running, eventually the people around you start either disappearing, dying, or their lives start going to shit because he's getting to them.